Welcome. My name is Bill Cooper. I'm the Director of Driver Ed for Caldwell School District. On behalf of Caldwell School District and our trustees, as well as Superintendent French, Dr. French, would like to welcome you to the Driver Ed program. There's been a lot of different procedures to go through in order to run this program, so I hope you can appreciate the effort by Caldwell School District to not only complete but make sure that our students have the best opportunity to learn and complete the course and be good drivers for our city and state. Again, these are difficult times. This video and what we hope to cover in a few short minutes that we have are the requirements, the social distancing that will need to be in play, as also registration packets, which will be very important. Let's start with requirements. Parents, there's been a lot of work put in to take care of classrooms, to disinfect and make sure that we can be as safe as possible. I'd like to thank Dr. French and her efforts. It's been a process. Here's the requirements, parents and students, that you'll need to have as far as taking driver ed. All students will be required to wear masks or a face covering, whether that's a bandana or a regular mask. Those will work, but you need to remember it is a requirement in and out of the classroom until you've left campus. Students, you'll also need a 3-ring notebook. Pen, paper will also be required. You will not interchange pens or pencils with other students. Social distancing, that will be a big part, students. Not only in the classroom where desks will be set 6 foot apart, but we also expect you to continue this outside. That's going to be a requirement. I'll be there to help assist you, but you must keep your spacing. It's very, very important, and we are always there to help you in case you're lost or you don't know which direction to go, but we will help you on that. Attendance, and part of the state of Idaho's law, that says all students must complete 30 hours in the classroom. It's not like high school where I might miss one day and doesn't really matter. You'll still get your credit. No, Idaho law says 30 hours must be completed. Also, you must complete 6 hours minimum of behind the wheel driving, done with your instructor. Next will be 10 hours of observation in that car, which is also a state requirement. It's very important, parents, you and your student realize that this class must obtain 80% or better in order to meet state rules and laws. In other words, any student taking driver ed must have completed with an 80% or better. I want you to really understand, this is an elective class. It's not a required class. It's an elective class. And it's Caldwell School District and Dr. French, it's been a real privilege to work with them and allow it, because we do want to keep our kids safe. But you want to be remembered, this is an elective class. Okay, next part, social distancing. Parents, when you drop and pick up students, please make sure you don't get out of your car. Please make sure that you realize those students will be on the south lawn. That's the lawn adjacent to the lane that you are coming into the school. So we'll be there keeping their distance. They can go ahead and get in the car, and then that way you can move and turn in any aisle to go ahead and leave campus. Students are going to be reminded to keep those masks on until you enter your car. On that, all of our rules as far as social distancing These are mandatory, students. It's going to end up being a little bit part of your attitude grade, and you need to understand it's going to strictly be enforced. Parents, you need to understand we will warn the student one time. That way they should kind of get it. You know, everybody makes one mistake. Second time, I will warn them, but I will also call their parents. So you'll get a call from me letting you know that they're not trying to follow our social distancing rules. On the third time, I will dismiss the student from the program. That is part of the attitude, and we will stay with that process. This is a kind of a big deal for us, and a lot of people have done a lot of work. So I think if the students, this driver ed portion is real important, I think it'll be important to the students, and they'll be willing to follow all the rules and the regulations set down by us and the state of Idaho. Classroom. This is what it will kind of look like, students. There will be one class that will be entering the front door of Jefferson Middle School. The other class will enter through a side door which faces the parking lot that goes directly into a classroom. When you enter the classroom, there'll be hand sanitizer for you, in which case you will use that hand sanitizer and report to your assigned desk, which you'll find when you enter the classroom, social distancing, 6 feet from any other student on that part. Okay, so again, one class will enter, or a class, let's say, enter the front door, keeping social distance. We'll let you know when you can enter the classroom. And class B that will enter from the lawn facing the school. So those are very important when you go in. Now, when you leave the class and class is dismissed, again, very important to use the hand sanitizer. We want you to use it all the time on that part. So remember, special doors, hand sanitizer directly to your desk, and then once you leave, please use the hand sanitizer again. Parents, this is the one thing I really would like you to know. Our school district, Dr. French, and the maintenance department and our custodial staff, they've done everything possible to keep these rooms disinfected, up to date. In fact, we have gone so far as that between classes, those classrooms will be disinfected again. So they'll be disinfected when students come in the morning. They'll be disinfected between classes and disinfected once our classes are done. So we're doing everything we possibly can. We want to keep everyone safe. Teachers, students, parents, everyone. And so it's very, very important on that part. Again, coming and going and picking up, everything will be to the south lawn, and we will help students, you know, if you can't figure out which way south, but I'm sure we'll all get there. Everybody will kind of figure what's out. I know students, you want to interact with but it's going to be at a social distance. Trust me, okay? And this is one reminder to you that while in your classroom, all cell phones will be off. When you're in-car instruction, all phone calls or phones will go into the trunk of the car. Teacher will open for you, turn it off. Once driving's done or classroom is done, you're more than welcome to use the phone to call parents or pick up whatever is necessary or you needed on that part. Now, lastly, as far as the classroom, cars, anything, parents, I beg you, this is kind of a big deal, but it's very important. If your son or daughter at any time has a fever, a cough, or you don't think they're fit to come to class that day, please let me know. Please keep them at home. We don't want to jeopardize anyone. We want to keep this as the very best, produce the best drivers and keep everyone safe. So please, again, if you see any kind of fever, cough, anything that would make you feel uncomfortable, then we would too. So let's just keep the student home that day, and then we as an administrator, myself, and you as the parent, we'll collaborate, we'll call a talk, and then we can visit on what's the next best step. Okay? I really appreciate that. Also, if you go to the car, here's our rules that will be. I went out myself with my wife, who's also a driver, and tried to wear a mask driving. I don't think it's feasible. I don't think it's a good thing for a new student. Classes might steam up, try to adjust the mask. They're very nervous. So we're not going to require the mask while driving. Our instructor may have one, but when students are in the back seat, both students will have their mask on. It will be required. All of our cars will be disinfected each day. After each drive, our teachers will wipe down the wheel, turn indicator, lights, door handles. We're going to get that done, so we make sure. I'd like to thank our maintenance people who have really helped as far as making sure we have the Clorox handy wipes and they're available to our instructors. And I think that's real important. So again, each day the cars will be disinfected. After each driver, they'll be wiped down. So that's another big part as far as the car. Okay, phase 3, the last thing I have for you is what we call our drive-by. It will be now that we're going to go to Jefferson Middle School. At Jefferson Middle School on May 20th at 6 p.m., it is the night to pick up packets. My administrative assistant, Pam Howard, and myself will be there to hand out packets to parents, as well as, very important, parents, remember to bring your permit or your customer receipt. So we have those. It's very important. Reason being that if for some reason their hard copy permit did not come in, we can use that document and it's legal for them to drive. So just remember to make sure you bring the customer receipt at that time. You will hand us the permit. Pam and I will be there. If you need payment, you'll move to the next station and you will be able to keep a distance, make a payment. We'll give you the receipt and make sure that things all run smoothly. It shouldn't take you very long, but real important to go through the packet, information on even the coronavirus, some things. We've done a lot of things, and again, credit to Pam Howard for doing that. So again, if you have a payment, you'll see another table. You can pull up to there, and we can make sure we take care of it. Again, that is going to be May 20th, Wednesday night, May 20th, Jefferson Middle School, Caldwell, just off of 10th Street. So you can make sure. In that packet, there are parts there that must be filled out. One, there's a health form. That would be very important to us. If you would please fill that out, sign it. Also, our registration form. It is your information that you've already provided for us during the registration process, but now we want you to confirm emails, phone numbers, emergency numbers. So we always have those in for sure that they are updated. Now, part of that requirement I said was in the email that you were required to watch this video. So if you would take a look at your registration form, on the bottom there'll be a place to sign for your student and date it, as well as the guardian, parent, grandparents, sign that and date it. And above that, I'd like you to put the word green light. Green light. That's your password. Parents, it's a requirement, so let's make sure we get it all done. And I think we'll be in very, very good shape. Forms, everything that's in the packet, the forms that are needed, those will be turned in the very first day of class, which will start on June 1st. Calendar will be out. Drivers in the packet. You'll get your teacher. You'll get your driving instructor. All that will be in that packet. You'll be able to get that, and we'll all stay on top of things and go from there. So, Miss Howard and myself, we worked real hard to have this again, but I really want you to know we're constantly, Dr. French, our trustees, everyone involved in this program, Ms. Howard and myself, we will promise you to stay up on any current new policy, new laws. That's our job, because children are our future and we want to do the best by them. So very important to let you know that we will constantly update that part. We'll make sure that things are current and we'll go from there. So I thank you for your patience. Didn't take too long. It is a requirement by the state. So this is our parent meeting. But if for any reason you have a question, my number is with everything and I will give it to you now. 208-371-8196. You're free at any time. Give me a call. We're here to help you, help your kids, your students, and make sure this program stays on top form like it has. So again, be safe and look forward to seeing you on May 20th, Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Thank you very much.